this trend? Are we saying that we are losing money every single time we have a Tobago Carnival? And then that's not even the discussion about the National Carnival coming up, where we're seeing activities sort of splayed all over the island and not much going on even in the main center of Tobago, the capital. This is a bit confusing. So, on the heels of this, we have to ask the question, what exactly is the Carnival plan? All right? In order to understand what that plan is, we have to look at what we've done, figure out if we're making money, if it's working, and then determine what to do going forward in a sensible way that we all can grasp and agree to. And that is on both levels, on the national level as well as in the Tobago Carnival level. We don't even have proper names for it. I don't even know what to call the National Carnival in Tobago. All right. Then we have the cruise ships. So we have cruise ships coming next week into Scarborough. Yet many of the activities are actually not in Scarborough. So what is the explanation or the thinking behind this? So we have to have a sort of sensible and even if it's something that is understood by those persons operating, they need to share that with the public so we understand what we are seeing in a product known as Carnival. So again, the figure how much money comes into Tobago for every single tourist that comes into Tobago every year, be it for Carnival, be it for in the hotels, be it for the sea, sand, all of that, how much money is made per tourist? It's a very simple question, but there's no answer to this question. And then you have to get finer detailed. How much money is being made for each person participating in Carnival? No answers there. This is very important. Now, I have in front of me our mandate. If everybody could see this. This is our original mandate. And under that mandate, we have a section for tourism. We have about 15 things that we wanted to get implemented. And of course, the THA has that mandate. They can choose to use it or not, but they need to give us credit. But we have the THA mandate, and we have, I just mentioned one thing that could have, that is very clear to everyone, and that is to develop a heritage theme park for Tobago. Clearly, anyone coming to that park will be bringing monies, much needed foreign capital, foreign direct investment into our space, and that will guarantee that we are making money, and that money will filter into our communities, which will then be used over and over and over in our groceries, in our hardwares. It's a principle of making sure that money circulate within our community, right? And all of our ideas have that thought behind it. Now, when you look at what I'm seeing here for the tourism product and the Carnival, I have questions. I'm not seeing where these things are leading to. I'll give one more example. This was under infrastructural development. We also have competitiveness, right? And under that, we have overhauled the tourism marketing plan. So that's a simple question. What is the tourism marketing plan for Tobago? Is there an answer? Maybe there is, but we used to have this thing called Mandate Mondays where you would come to the people and you would explain what we are doing, but that has since stopped. And we don't know what's going on. Maybe they're working on it, that's the hope. But these questions are left. They are left for us to think about, ponder on. And all of us as citizens and residents of Tobago must think about these questions as we understand what's going on in the next week and then in the next couple months as we enter another Tobago Carnival in October. All right. So basically that is the main question that we have for today. And that again is the economics surrounding the Carnival product in Tobago. And we wish, as we keep this discussion going, that we understand that we must note these things as we look at our place called Tobago and where it is going. And with that, I will shift over to our political leader. Thank you all.
Thank you, our chairman, Dr. Sean Roberts. I will give my colleague just about 1 minute to set up. Oh, sure. Dr. Sean Ned, I swear about that, right? Our chairman. Yes. You know, I'm just looking at our media, how they are busy this Monday morning, and it caused me to slip with your name. And you know, the thing that has our media so busy is a nonsense that is passing off for sense in the THA. At Carnival time, they want to attack the band leaders and talking down to them. We'll get to that. Make sure your mic settles nicely. Yeah, you can take the books. Maybe your way. Yeah. Alright, looks like there's a nice little backup there. Man, blocking the mic there? You blocking the TSC. Put it in between there, right? Nice. Yeah, you can right nicely. Right, you ready? Good morning, friends of the media. I want to thank the chairman of the Progressive Democratic Patriots, Dr. Sean Ned, and I want to thank the media who found it possible to be here. We knew you had to sprint to be here this morning because of what is passing off as nonsense. I've never seen a group of THE executive so disorganized as this group. And so now people are understanding why I had to pull away from them. Disorganization will naturally lead to chaos and the downfall of any single nation, country, or even an island. Disorganization will lead to chaos. On the heels of the greatest show on earth, we have chaos brewing all over Tobago. As far as the east, we can hear the people in Roxborough saying, "Where are we Afro Queen show? Way there." For years we have had our Afro Queen show. Where our Afro Queen show? There. Way there. And the response from the executive is silence. They have sought to kill, wash out, and destroy that Afro Queen show that have brought in revenue to a rural town called Roxborough. Now, they've killed it off. I say, wow, is that why persons voted for you all? Is that what you all meant by fixing this? That you are going to destroy the culture of Tobago? Come on. Roxborough needs its Afro Queen show. I've been given a message by the people of Roxborough that they need their Queen show. Roxborough needs its Afro Queen show. It's not too late to have it. I want to say, even in the West, there is problems. There is problems with the band leaders. They are saying we want monies, and we have the Secretary for Tourism and Culture and all of these nice words saying to them, if you want money, get a bank account. Where is the conversation taking place behind the cameras? Where is the discussion? Carnival doesn't just spring up upon you. Carnival is a set date, you know what the date is, and you plan towards that date. There must be meetings with the band leaders, the performers, and different types of people who play a role. But here we have, in Tobago, we have band leaders being ostracized, pushed aside, dismissed, and downgraded as people who are into bacchanal and jokes. And so the secretary responsible for culture, responsible for Carnival, is saying, get all a bank account. All you know that? Where was the conversation? Where was the conversation? And even if they don't have a banned bank account, how do you deal with that? These persons have acquired the right to participate and participate freely in our Tobago Carnival without any hindrance, humbug, or even torture. I want to make it plain that at one time London Bridge was fallen, it has fallen. Now we have the ship and the anchor. Both are being sunk at the same time because the anchor pulling down the ship and the ship going down fast. You see, if you're going to have an anchor, you need to have a long enough rope. So when I throw the anchor, the ship doesn't plunge with the anchor. But it seems as if the anchor they have is heavier than the ship. And so therefore the ship, called it THA, is going down with the anchor. I am somewhat concerned by the fact that Tobago has produced some of the greatest and the best, and we have caused the world to love Carnival. When you think of people like the Queen of Calypso, when you think of Disco Daddy, Lord Nelson, all of his one family, undisputed, going strong, has caused the world to love Calypso. When you think about Johnny King, Wet Me Down, Nature Plan, undisputed, he has caused the world to love Calypso, and he has caused many people to wail and enjoy so kind of good time. Sherwin Winchester, another great one. Marvin Lewis and Nigel Lewis, they have given us our first road march in Tobago. First road march. Beautiful. Think about people like Shadow. We have contributed to the national culture called Calypso and Soca and Carnival. We in Tobago have contributed. Even right now, we have some of the finest leading pantry in Tobago. And Tuco, among our finest in Tobago. Yet, Tobagonians are becoming a laughing stock when coming to Carnival. In Pan, we are doing well. In Pan, we seem to be doing well. I just want to say kudos to NLCB Buccaneers, Cats and Jammers, and TNTech East Side. Kudos, you're doing well. And all the other bands, you did well, and you're doing well. But where Soca Calypso is concerned, we seem to be going down and down a road that is slippery. A turn-off road rather than a turn-on road. Have you listened to the interdepartment Calypso show? Smut and cuss. How do you get? Smut and cuss for the interdepartmental show. Are there any rules that guide people what to sing and what not to sing? Rubbish. Rubbish. Who getting wood? Who hoof this? And that's the kind of things that we are trying to portray. Where was the sweetness in Soko? In Calypso? I'm concerned about the history of our culture, as I'm concerned about the history that we are leaving for our people. We have had the chairman of the National Carnival Commission, Mr. Winston Gypsy Peters, saying a few months ago that the Tobago Carnival in October was a failure. Now, he has been around for very long. He has given us captain, the ship is sinking. He knows when something is sinking. Gypsy knows when something is sinking. He knows that. And he sent out an SOS last year to the Secretary of Tourism and Culture, but she never picked up the rubbish, his statements. Again, before this carnival began, you also sent out another flare light in their darkened skies, saying to Tobago, hey, all of forget this February carnival, all ain't ready for it yet. Focus on October then. Because there's a certain level of preparedness that is required for carnival. You must get the band leaders involved. They must have the mask being made. The thing must be prepared in advance. And here we have stick brick in the ears, and the whole thing is collapsing. Just when persons should be looking to have a great carnival in Tobago, people are now thinking about going to Trinidad or just packing up and calling it a day. Are we trying to kill carnival altogether? One believes that if you were having carnival every 6 months in Tobago, then it should become perfect at it, and it has to be a good thing. But it seems as if that we are trying to make carnival in Tobago something that is a bitter taste in the mouth of Tobagonians. If this is what we are doing with money that we don't have to pull from our treasury, money that comes from central government, if this is what we are doing, abusing the band leaders, singing smut and cuss calypsos, if this is what we are doing, could you tell us what can we expect in the future? If we are looking for autonomy, if we are looking for more rights, is our conduct one that lends itself to those rights? Or are we just playing for time and playing to thief the money while we're doing this and we're doing that? I want to pause here for a few questions because there's much to say, but I want it to be directed. I know today was a hot day in Scarborough, and it's still a hot day with the band leaders protesting their disgust against the THA for not supporting the Tobago Carnival. So I'll take a few questions at this time.
I don't know if I may have missed some of this, but in terms of your Roxborough Carnival, what are the people up in Roxborough saying to you about the fact that we don't have an Afro-Free show and so on toward this year?
Well, they're saying that it is bad mind, it is spite. They're saying that it is the works of the chief secretary and that they are trying to make Roxborough collapse. Roxborough has never been this bad in culture. Roxborough is a cultural place, and now Roxborough has no stage to showcase its culture. The world will come at Roxborough to look at the Afro Queen show, a very big thing, create a lot of small business, entrepreneurship, etc. And here we have it shut down, it's done for no good reason, no reason at all.
And then what about in terms of the Wynwood Carnival Committee? What's been happening with that? Because we haven't been able to see them in the past couple of years. What has been said to you?
That's done too. Everything in the East is done in the East. Since the young boy became king, everything is done in the East. The only bright light in the East is him. He's the only bright light in the East. Everything else pales. Everything else gone through. Have you ever taken a walk through Roxborough to recognize that the administrative complex is looking like a tomb, dirty? The Roxborough Administrative Complex. Have you ever gone by the so-called Roxborough Hospital? No emergency operation can be done there, you know. It closes its doors at a certain time in the night, like a health center. Right? Nothing seems to be operating well in Roxborough. If you have gone to the office where I operate in Roxborough, the air conditioner is not working, the windows are not closing. The toilet, everything is down, the roof is leaking, and they're leaving it like that. Because everything in the East must come to north, so the little boy could stand up and be king. We resent that, and we are waiting for next year to come quick. The months can't fly fast enough to vote their tail out of power. They will not get one seat in Tobago East, I tell you that. They will not get one single seat in Tobago East.
And what is your reaction to the lateness of all of these announcements and all of these changes, all of these meetings with the carnival, the mass band leaders and so on?
It is symptomatic of who the leader is. He's always late for everything. He's late for his own wedding. He's late for everything. We have to understand that, hey, this is Carnival. Last year, the chairman of the National Carnival Commission, he says, you all are very late with this. You all should have been planning this way in advance and getting all these shows up and running. He said that in October. He said this is a failure. If he, the one who is responsible for National Carnival, gives us a fail grade, it's a fail grade. And this year, when he saw the non-preparation, he turns around and says, forget February Carnival, focus on that, because we need time. Obviously, I don't know what they're doing. They say they're going to have this, going to have that. We don't know what they're doing, but they're not consulting with anyone. That's the attitude. Tobago can't wait to vote them out. And I'm in election mode now. They cannot wait to vote them out. They are the worst thing to ever happen to Tobago. They have taken our national culture and have wiped their feet on it. As if they don't care. It would have been better for you to leave one Tobago Carnival, and not confuse the people, than to have two, confuse the people, spending money, and the thing coming out ugly. Who would have spent money for ugly? How much money did they spend for that stage? That stage in Parade Square. $2 million perhaps. And I'm telling you this, they spent about $700 million building a spanking new cultural complex. It's a cultural complex. And they have not kept, that is the biggest complex in the entire Caribbean, you know. It could hold 5,000 people. Half of the national stadium, our stadium in Tobago here. Our stadium could hold 10,000. That could hold 5,000 people. Big, massive. And you have not kept the events there. No event has been kept there for the season. We are wasting money. Who is getting the money? Who is paid for that erection of tent and thing down there? Who's paying for that? You know how much CPEP workers that could have been paid? You know how much URP workers could have been hired? You know how much people in the works who have been paid, they could not be paid on time? They are wasting their money, but we can't wait for next year to vote them out. This is the last. We're sick and tired of this poor level of governance. We don't want it.
At this 11th hour now, what should we do about Carnival?
I think we should swallow the bitter pill. As I say, let it go how it's going. But after this, the THA, Chief Secretary, and all his colleagues should tender their resignation. This is what should happen. They should tender their resignation and call a fresh elections because they have failed to fix the problems in Tobago. They have created more problems. That's what they're doing. Everyone is saying it. The market vendors are saying that. Yeah? The taxi drivers are saying that. The fisher folk, they are saying that. The people operating the construction, they are saying that. The workers in Tobago are saying that. The Carnival people are saying that. Everyone is saying that. The people on the reef, they are saying that. Time to call the election. Submit your resignation. Call it. You are making a mess. You're not fixing any single thing. Carnival is not a surprise. Carnival comes once a year nationally. Like I said, I never know the Adventist boy love Carnival so much. He make two. Yeah? The Seventh Adventist elder create two carnivals. See?
Can Tobago survive financially without February Carnival?
Tobago can survive without Carnival. Tobago can survive without many things. Most of all, Tobago can survive without those who are currently managing it. These non-entities that are currently managing Tobago, we can survive without them. And we want them to leave us. They have served their time, leave us. We don't want to wait till next year. We are fed up, we are tired, our egos are bruised, our finances are done. Leave us now. We're fed up. Leave us.
So what should Tobago lean on financially if it could affect February or what should be the alternative?
Tobago has a lot of brilliant people. I just named some for you earlier. Among them, we have Calypso Rose, we have Lord Nelson, we have Johnny King, we have produced show in Manchester, Nigel and Marvin Lewis. We have put a lot of soca people here, right? We have Ainsley King leading Tuku. We have Beverly Ramsey Moore leading Pan Trinbago. We have a lot of people who are in Trinidad, not as Prime Minister only, but doing very well in different places, right? Tobago have contributed its fair share of economic development to Trinidad and Tobago and around the world. We are people who think like anyone else. We are not limited by where we came from. So I'm saying what we need to have is the best of the best leading Tobago. Clearly, those who are leading Tobago now, they are unfit, they are clueless, and they are directionless. They are running around like headless chickens. Where is the Chief Secretary in all of this? What is he saying? What's coming out of this? Tobagonians, they have a little time for Carnival, and nothing is going on at Scarborough. Nothing is going on. Nothing. That can't be. We can create an economy in a good direction. We can create an economy. First of all, we have to stop spending bad money. How much money was spent on that interdepartmental nonsense? This thing I said that's smart, who gain wood and what nonsense. These things should be banned. They are as bad as gangster music. as gunman music. There are some smut that must not be allowed. Yeah? For Carnival. Some kind of smut. If you couch it a particular kind of way, and you focus more on the art form of delivery than the raw smut, it might make a little sense. But you just can't make the thing so plain and so foolish.
Focus on Roxborough a bit and the extent to which the carnival gets there. How large is it? That's what I'm trying to find out.
Roxborough's always had a large carnival. Roxborough has always been a force to reckon with, as far as I understand. Carnival Monday, Sunday and Monday was Roxborough. For years. Carnival Sunday and Monday was Roxborough. Tuesday was Tongue. So, and if you know anything about Carnival, Sunday and Monday was for the ordinary people to come out and have a good time. That was Roxborough. They have since destroyed that. Yeah, this new team here, they have destroyed that. I remember one time, I'm not a Carnival man, but one time I went to Carnival a little bit, and it was very good in Roxborough. We have people who are very good in the Juve band and the Monday Mass and that kind of stuff. Very good at that. Right? But here we have, not even the Tuesday Mass too, to win Tuesday Mass in town also too. Right? They're very good at that. But their man is trying to kill the art form. What is his obsession of hate with Roxborough? What is this man's obsession of hate with Roxborough? Without Roxborough, there would have been no PDP. Without PDP, they wouldn't have been in power. These people, they are going down with their own anchor, you know. Their own anchor sinking them, you know. And this is why we are saying in Roxborough ready for elections, call elections. We're fed up of it. We're tired of it. The disrespect. And the same energy Roxborough put in to move out PNM, we're going to put in to move them out of power. Because Roxborough is one, you know. Roxborough is undivided. You may see one or two little imps running around in Roxborough like Ning Ning Fly. Don't worry that. Don't worry that. They will be.
What does that mean? Is it that you're going to have more public meetings? Is it that you're going
Well,
to engage?
we intend to a launch of the PDP, and that launch will take us straight to our elections. It will not be the first, or it will not be the last, the first launch. Let people know. Right? Let's give about 2 minutes to fix it. Sorry, I'm sure about that, but it's fine, sorry. So we want to have back on it. That's so powerful, but
Strong mosquito.
right. So by August of this year, the PDP will be having its launch. In our usual style, already launched. It's going to be nice, and we'll be going from there backwards. Election mode to whenever they call elections, and there are 2 elections next year: national elections, which we have 2 seats. We intend to win those 2 seats, and the teacher election, we intend to win all 15 seats again. We also intend to have 7 meetings sometime after the carnival. We're dealing with Tobago's self-determination, because as we have made it clear already, Tobago ancestors who have died waiting, who have died fighting, who have died quarreling, did not vote for more rights. We fighted and we voted for all our rights. We want all our rights. A-L-L, all. I was saying to Tobago, all our rights we want. All our rights, not some. And so we have this little young man going around telling Trinidad, and we only want some of the rights on them. Some of the rights. We don't want some. We don't want 7%. We don't want 8%. We want to be able to plan a budget and get that budget based on our plans and pay it back based on our economic success. We are a nation just as Trinidad could plan their nation, just as Grenada could plan their nation, just as Barbados, St. Vincent, we must plan ours. We are not going to say, Trinidad, could I please? None of that nonsense. You give us our right to self-determination, and allow us to enter into a relationship with you as adults. Not as where your vote is 39 and our vote is 2. With self-determination, the 2 votes in Tobago will be equal to the 39 votes. So it's not Trinidad voting down Tobago anymore. When they sit in Parliament, it's an equal discussion. And if, for example, property tax, nobody in Tobago should pay property tax. Let me just say that. Nobody in Tobago should pay property tax. We have worked these lands for so long as slaves. Work our to the bone. And they are coming to tell us to pay property tax. For what? For what? Anybody paid us for our slavery? Listen to me. Straight across that Atlantic Ocean is our hometown called Africa, where we came from. We came here as slaves. Our fathers fight for their freedom. They died fighting for their freedom. And you are coming to tell me you are going to impose on us tax for property? No. Unless you pay reparations, we are not paying any property tax. And that's the kind of leadership Tobago wants. That's the kind of, we want hard leadership. Strong leadership. Leadership that makes sense, that defends us in Tobago.
At the start of this year, we had high concerns about Prime Minister is to hold press conference tomorrow concerning national security matters, both Carnival as well as all the other national security issues which the 2 islands have been facing. Your initial reaction with regards to this?
I think the Prime Minister needs to go. He needs to go. That's all I want to say. The Prime Minister needs to go. Have you seen his latest clip? When he say, I'm going on my vacation? What is that? There's some folks out here working hard night and day, can't have a vacation. You have a nice cushy job, having the best of everything. And it's like you're so glad you're going on a vacation. Come on. We need serious governance in this country. And I'm willing to provide that. I'm willing to provide. This is why I'm staying quiet, I'm staying low for a very long time. Because the time for leadership is here. We want serious leadership in this country. Once you have serious leadership, crime is going to be reduced. Any man who is serious at all will reduce crime in any country. You can't have crime under your foot and you are a serious leader. That is the first role of a country, to protect it. That's what I'm saying to you. The first role of a man in a home is to protect his home. That's why men are willing to die for their family. Yeah? I don't know a man could have a country burning down left, right, center, and they all about the place. They on a boat wheeling and doing all kind of thing. And the country burning down. I don't know that. I don't know that you could be going on a vacation and people suffering here. They need to call elections. They don't know how tired we are of this nonsense. People are afraid to walk the streets. They're afraid to even stand on the corner because gunshot could be flying. We need to bring crime and criminality under control. And I'm ready for the job. I'm ready for the job. Any further questions? I want to tell you all thanks for the meeting. We'll have one, maybe a next meeting again. You know how it is. Sometime next month, please God. All right? Thank you very much.
We now return to your regularly scheduled program.
Lantern Festival.
Right.
Right? So I have a Chinese section and then we are trickling to